What a game at Anfield. What a game. What fine margins, key moments, key decisions. We're going to talk about all through this show tonight. So, guys, welcome to the 892 Reds TV. And, of course, welcome to the Cop Council. Welcome to Anfield Road TV. Obviously, we're all here live tonight. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're on our little road to 1,000. We're only 14 away. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please subscribe to our channel. And, of course, check out the channels. Obviously, with the Cop Council, we've got Connor, we've got Jack from Anfield Road TV, and obviously, I've got Rick, as always. But we're obviously going to be talking about the game, a lot of key decisions, a lot of moments that went in that game. So obviously, let's go through these comments first. Gary's in. Tally ho. Liverpool were robbed. It's a disgrace. Luke, Ricky, and Ben. I mean, Ben's not here. But Jack and Connor are here, Gary. But I hope you're well, mate. Hero put this should be interesting. Red Machine, yo, Evening Reds from Lee. Rob Styles, part 3, disgrace. Lights out, robbed by the corrupt VAR, as always. Great to see we're made of champions in Europe turning into Stoke City. We are still in this title race. Endo was brilliant today. Thank you, Mark. Obviously, make sure, Mark, if you can put all 3 of our YouTube channels in, please, mate, because obviously I know we're streaming from other channels as well. So if we could do that, please, that'd be brilliant, mate. Good crew tonight. Yeah, fully is. Obviously, go and check out our channel, and Tom is in as well. Yes, the boys. But look, let's get straight into it. Obviously, look, the team selection came out. I want to talk about the team selection, Rick. No Konate. You know, we did worry from the game on Thursday that Konate might not be available. So obviously, it was a massive game for Jarell Quansah. And you know what? I think Conor Bradley also playing right back as well. So it was a little bit. I think we was a little bit worried on that right-hand side defensively. You know, Conor Bradley likes to get forward, but obviously in transition, when City were going to hit us on the break, you know, down that side, we looked a bit more vulnerable. But, you know, both of them today, especially Jarell Quansah playing in that centre-back position, I think they did a good job.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I thought you got the team selection wrong at the start. When it first came out, I thought it was wrong. I thought Elliott should have been on the bench with Gakpo coming in. I thought Robertson should have come in for Quansah and put Gomez at centre half, but obviously the team come out. I was wrong. I was wrong on one of them. Quansah for me was unbelievable at centre half. I think he maybe one thing wrong, but other than that, I think he had an outstanding game next to Van Dijk. Conor Bradley was class as usual, getting forward. Gomez at left back started off shaky, then he went to right back. When Bradley went off, it was a little bit shaky at that, but he grew into it a little bit in the second half. I thought the midfield was, on paper, that's our best midfield, if you want to call it that, when everyone's fit. Some people won't, Jack? But yeah, I thought the attack is what it is without Salah. I thought Salah maybe should have started. But then you could tell when Salah come on, he didn't look 100% fit. So you can see why he didn't start. But I thought the players give it all, and they done very well. And again, robbed by what is the PGMOL or whatever you want to call the fucking band of clowns that sit at Stockley Park. I'm sure fucking a bunch of kids could do a better job than what they do in that office. I don't even think they watched the game in there, I'm being honest. I think they're absolutely tragic. Bunch of frauds, if you want to call them that as well. It's fucking embarrassing. But, yeah.
We will talk a lot more into it. Connor, I mean, look, as Rick said, you know, the team that came out, I actually agree. I think Klopp got one or two selections wrong. I thought Gomez would have played at right back today, and I think Robertson would have played at left back. But obviously, he went with Conor Bradley. He put a lot of trust in Bradley, and it's where we've watched Jurgen Klopp teams over the years. It doesn't matter who we're playing against. Like, you could put, as we always joke about, Doris the tea lady or someone from the canteen. Jurgen Klopp always finds a way to get us fans to generally believe that we can win any game of football. And look, we struggled first 15, 20 minutes to really get a foothold in the game. But I think the best thing for us was probably going to goal down. Second half, I think we had the majority of the chances. But listen, at the end of the day, it's not all bad for Liverpool, I would say, from the end result. In the end of it, I would say.
No, it's not. I think all of us said, I think on all of our shows, that if you beat City, you're most likely to go and win the Premier League from that. But again, not losing to City doesn't take you out of that. And when you do look at the rest of the fixtures for all three teams that are in the title race, it's a very bumpy road ahead with a lot of hiccups that could happen. And for us, as I agree with you too, I think that the starting 11 was very much what's going on moment. I think obviously when I think all of us knew the news about Ibu not being available, I think all of us thought that Joe Gomez would be at centre half, but he decided to put faith in Konza in an important game. And to be fair to him, every single time he's been asked to play in a huge game, normally it's away from home, but this time it's against City. And look, we can talk about Haaland, and apart from that 1v1 chance with Van Dijk, he didn't have a lot to do tonight against Liverpool's defence, and that's fair play to both Virgil and to Konza. But I think most important, is that midfield as well. I think that midfield tonight, I think we need to give a massive shout out for, because even when we changed it in the second half, especially, that Manchester City midfield wins them games time in, time out. Tonight, Liverpool's midfield, by the way, only the fifth time I think they've started together in Szoboszlai, Maka and Endo, but the first half, yeah, sure, Liverpool got outplayed in a certain period of time, but I think from probably the 20th minute onwards, I think Liverpool's midfield really got into it. I think Endo and McAllister again are getting better game in, game out, and it's probably a headache now for Jurgen Klopp with the players that does come back, because I don't think anyone gets into that midfield that wasn't today.
Oh, I agree.
Unless you're,
I know. Obviously, we've had a lot of chats off here. Obviously, who should be in Liverpool's midfield. I'm sorry, Jack, you're 3-1, mate. At the end of the day, Szoboszlai, yes, he's come off a long-term injury, or not long-term, but he's come off a long-term injury, and he was never going to.
All right, though. He got a shot on target before half time, didn't he?
No, we needed that. In all honesty, we didn't really test Edison that much. But the only thing I was going to say to you, Jack, in terms of what Connor and Rick were saying with Quincy, and Connor said a good point, putting faith in him, and obviously he did really well. He hasn't really had many big games at home, but the one key element that Kwanzaa had tonight was, alongside playing was Virgil van Dijk, back to his best, in a Liverpool shirt, the captain. But are you satisfied with the result? Yes, all right, we had chances to win the game, but it's not doom and gloom, all right, we've lost top spot, but we didn't lose. We're still above Manchester City in the table with these last 10 games.
Yeah, I think coming into this game, don't know where lads felt or anyone in chat. I think I didn't want to lose to City at home, because I think that would have been detrimental in terms of our pursuit for the league title, mate. Could have been on another night 2-3-0 down within the first opening 45 minutes. I think City, the lads have alluded to, absolutely typical City. In all honesty, controlling the game. They were making us look like schoolboys in certain elements of that first half. We were chasing shadows, couldn't get near them. And that's what City do so well. But fortunately for Liverpool, we held in there, kept in there as well. And obviously the second half transition, I think, for me, Szoboszlai, I know the lads, and he's all rating really, but I know he's just come back off the back of an injury. But I can't fathom really what he done today, in all honesty. For me, I think the change in the game fundamentally come when Salah come on, and then obviously reverting Harvey Elliott into that midfield as well massively changed the game. I think he was one of the only positive aspects, apart from the likes of McAllister and Endo, Obviously, that ball into Szoboszlai, who somehow can't hit a barn door machine gun. That great ball into the box from Elliott. Should be hitting the target there. You can talk about being out injured and all that, but for me, he needs to be hitting the target. But apart from that, Quansah, I don't think any of us have got any qualms. The lad's shown plenty of occasions so far this season that he is ready, and it has been his biggest test of his Liverpool career to date. Fundamentally tonight, because we come off the back of that with his head held high alongside him and Virgil van Dijk. Obviously, there's talk of Matip obviously leaving at the end of this year, but I think long term we've got Matip's replacement there and ready to go into next season, mate. So it is what it is.
You said about key moments in the game.
Liverpool bottled far too many of those key moments tonight.
Yeah, I think
we'll talk about Diaz in a bit, but for me, Diaz needs to be at least hitting the target. Well,
he's got to score.
He's got to score. There's no beating around the bush. Liverpool win that game 3-4-1, in all honesty, and hopefully that is not. If those chances fall to Núñez, I think Núñez only had that one chance in the second half where Robbo plays a lovely ball into penalty and Ortega stood up tall, mate. But hopefully we're not reminiscing that come at the end of May, mate, and going, what if?
I think, I mean, as you said, you spoke about key moments. Obviously, Diaz one was a key moment, and obviously there was a few others. But for me, Rick, I think the biggest moment for us that really got us back into the game was the yellow card for Rodri. I think in that second half, I didn't see Rodri try and put in any tackle. I didn't see him really sort of try and press City high up. They decided to sort of drop off, try and hit us on the break. I think that was a massive moment in the game that really gave us that sort of drive in the second half to say, look, we're going to get a lot more of the ball. We're going to create chances. And, you know what, I think when it comes to the substitutions, yeah, right, you know, we got the penalty. It was a bad pass from Mackay and we done well to get the penalty and put it away. But, you know, when he took De Bruyne off, I mean, was you shocked with that? I mean, you sort of look at it and think, I thought Rodri was coming off for Kovacic. But then he's took off De Bruyne, and I'm thinking, you know, does Pep know he's on a yellow card? Because obviously, like, they're getting outrun in midfield with him on the pitch because he can't put in a tackle.
Look, I ain't seen Rodri get sent to the shops that much in a game
because of the yellow card.
Today. I don't even think it was just because of the yellow card. I think he even tried to bring Diaz down. You see him fall on his face, Rodri, after Diaz spun him. Then Kyle Walker got involved and got spun as well.
I've never seen Walker play that bad.
I don't think he was that bad. I just think
defensively, I mean, going forward, he looks
Kyle
okay.
Walker defensively is not great. He's very quick. That gets him out of a lot of trouble. And Diaz, for me, was probably one of our best players on the pitch, but couldn't hit a barn door if he tried. And it's not the first time I've noticed with Luis Diaz. When he goes clean through on goal, what is it with him shooting and sliding on the floor at the same time? Just stay on your feet and put your foot through it. Like, he loves to slide on the floor.
Like that Salah ball, Rick, when he plays him straight through. He needs to be scoring that.
He's clean through and he's sliding on the floor and shooting. I don't get what that is. It's not the first time I've seen him do it either. And listen, I've been very critical of Luis Diaz this season, and I still am, regardless of how well we play today. Chances cost you league titles. And we could have been free up with City in that second half, the amount of chances we had. The Darwin Núñez one was hard for me. I think where the goalkeeper positioned himself, I don't think Núñez could pull it anywhere else. It just connected with him and it hit the goalkeeper. But not enough from Harvey Elliott for me in an attacking output. I think he was very poor on that right-hand side. I don't think he's done enough going forward. How many times do we have to bang the drum? Harvey Elliott's not a right winger. Leave him in midfield where he can control the ball retention and whatever you want to call it. But his attacking output's poor.
He's probably being told by the manager not to go wide like what Salah does. That's why Bradley's running in behind. So then
I get that. But as a football player, you should evaluate how the game's going and take your own initiative to do things.
What happens in that sort of game if you take that initiative and then you get caught out and then we're on the break because Bradley.
But then you hold your hands up and you've made a mistake. But sometimes
City game though.
Yeah,
you get away with it against Burnley. You wouldn't get away with it against City.
Mane, Salah, Bobby Firmino, Shaqiri in the past have all took their own initiative in games and gone on the attacking front. But Harvey Elliott needs to do a little bit for more in terms of numbers, goals and assists, chances created. because I know he put one on Szoboszlai's head and obviously he missed it completely. But for me, Elliott can't be. He's not a right winger. He's a good midfielder, good option to have there, but he's not a right winger. He lacks pace. But I like Harvey. I'm not going to criticise him too much because he's a very good player. But the wingers,
you're entitled to criticise him, but I just think that where we were light in that area of the pitch, like obviously with Salah being out, it just goes to show that we've not been able to develop.
Drop off in quality.
But with that, and this goes down to Jurgen Klopp for me, we've not been able to really sort of develop a right winger that can play in that position when Salah's unavailable, because Salah's always been fit. In the 4 or 5 years Salah's been at Liverpool, he's not had many injuries. Now it's the time where Salah's been out for a few weeks. Obviously, he was away with African Cup of Nations. I get you can rotate the likes of Jota there and Diaz potentially could play there. I get that. We've got quite a good bit of versatility in those attacking areas. But Harvey Elliott is clearly, and I agree with you, he's not a right winger. He's more of a right centre midfielder or a centre midfielder, wherever you want to play him in that area. But one thing that I will see is Klopp will be definitely telling Harvey Elliott, I don't want you making those runs what Salah does. I don't want you doing that. I want you to sit off. And, at the end of the day, I say it a lot, but it is true. When you watch Harvey Elliott, his main attribute is to keep the ball and to try and bring the midfield into play. And you see Conor Bradley, first 10, 15 minutes, he didn't know how far forward he could go. Because when we lost the ball, we were so far out of position on that side of the pitch. They had so much joy on that left-hand side. We were lucky that Doku didn't start that game, because if Doku starts that game, he is running ragged down that left-hand side. Free space in towards goal.
Yeah, Elliott's qualities is there he's been one of our best, I'd say for me, the best player over the last 3-4 weeks, in all honesty, Elliott. I think we know Elliott's best position is midfield. And what did you see there? He has been, Rick. He has.
Look, Ricky's right. I agree with Ricky.
He's been our best player over the last few weeks.
No,
I think you're forgetting the number 9 up front, lad.
Yeah, alongside him, who's been supplying him as well?
Not Harvey Elliott, because
Taro Endo.
Yeah, we had this conversation. Harvey Elliott's got.
I think
you're making Elliott sound like he's absolute shit at football.
No, he's not. He's a good centre midfielder.
Ricky's right. He's not a right winger, but where he's playing in that right wing position, Klopp is developing that right wing position for Elliott to say, right, you're not going to do what Salah does, but this is what you're going to do for me.
Well, for me, we need another winger, and it's priority.
And that goes down to young Klopp.
Yeah, we will be getting in the market in the next 12 months. For me, it just goes to show Mane had that ability to play on the right wing. Diaz, he can play right wing, but he can't. But we've got so many of an abundance of left wingers in this team.
When it's also down to recruitment, though, as well. It's like how many right wingers in today's world football is going to sit behind Mo Salah? No one. No, and quality-wise as well, there's not many out there.
Yeah, but an overall squad as well, you need someone to push.
The thing is, though,
I
was going to say, you need. I get what you're saying. You are right, but you need. You can definitely see even players like, I don't know, Darwin Núñez has come in, Cody Gakpo's come in, Jota's come in. These players have come in. They've not necessarily always played through the middle. They've played off the left at times. So you could get that as a winger. You can say, right, you are dominantly going to play on the right, but there might be times where you'll play off the left or you'll play through the centre. We've not done that in that Salah position for a few years, and that goes down, as you said, to the recruitment.
It's also a huge 12 months for Liverpool in recruitment wise with the right mid or the right winger, because we don't know, obviously with the new structure coming in, we don't know what's going to happen with Mo. Mo, by the sounds of it, wants to stay at Liverpool from his recent interviews, in terms of, again, I think he said he would like to retire at Liverpool. But with Edwards coming in, you'd probably think he's going to get a max a 2-year deal, probably, if they're going to offer him a new contract. But then it's also who can replace Mohamed Salah. You can't replace Mo Salah in Liverpool's team. And of course, it will probably, the way we play will change over the next 12 months with the new manager. But if you look at right forwards in Europe at the moment, or even outside of Europe, there isn't many out there. And at the moment, they're going to be the new DMs where you're getting quoted 35 million now, and then when Liverpool come knocking, they get quoted 80, 85 million.
Nah, we're not we're not Man United, lads.
I did see Liverpool
Exactly, so we
today.
don't go for it.
I did see
Yeah.
Liverpool today. There was rumours that they were linked with Neto. I know Neto plays majority
No,
of the
he's-
left.
No.
No, he's
But-
not an out. He's a left winger.
But you don't think he could do a job off the right?
No.
Also injured again. Made a
Yeah,
prawn
don't want him at
crackers.
Liverpool.
That's why
Don't
Liverpool are
want
interested
him.
in him, because we love injured players.
Bakayoko at PSV, sorry, the young right winger. He's a shout for me.
When you said Bakayoko, I thought you meant the CDM.
No, the right winger, the fellow at PSV, and for me, Chukwueze, obviously new AC Milan right winger as well. Obviously played against Liverpool in the semi-finals. So for me, there is right wingers. I do agree with what Conor said there, but we need to evolve our game. Like City, they have a plan for Everton, and that's what makes them so good. And if Pep's staying at City for the next 3-4 years again, we need more options other than just Darwin Núñez and Salah. Like Diaz, for me, his output is absolutely shocking. Like for what he could do, like he needs to be performing. And like, and everyone go, oh, he's got over 10 goals and all that. Well done. Well done. But if you're a forward in Liverpool's attacking line, you should be hitting better.
With that chance, he's got to hit he's got to score. But
there's no one can defend Diaz there.
The first thing he's got to do is hit the target.
Mate, that's a Sunday League finish.
I know he's got to
Okay.
score.
All right, I get this outrage about Luis Diaz missing chances. But what does Cody Ghost Gakpo do in a game of football?
See, this is my. I mean, I'm going to get all of your takes on Cody Gakpo, but Rick, I said to you a few days ago about Cody Gakpo. I said Cody Gakpo's best trait for Liverpool for me is I see it all the time when he's got his back to goal. We had the chance against Sparta Prague, didn't he, where he had his back to goal and he's got the ball very close to his feet, and he's able to sort of make something out of not much, if you know what I mean. He got a shot off, obviously, in that game. Goalkeeper made a decent save. Didn't do much when he came on because he hasn't really played too much through the middle. He's come on the left at times, and he's obviously played. He's been a bit more versatile. He had one chance today, Cody Gakpo, and it was very similar to what I've been saying. When he gets the ball close to his feet, he's very good to do something. I just feel with Cody Gakpo, I like him. I think he's a good squad player. But when it comes to those moments, I don't think he's good enough. And I think that's where it comes down to. I think when you need a goal scorer, when you need something to get yourself out of jail or to get yourself a big winning moment, I don't think Gakpo's that player.
The main thing is the lad that we are missing out for, and if we had him on the pitch today, we would have won that game. Jota. He is so integral to Liverpool's attacking line.
Yep.
He is the most, I'd say, apart from the likes of Salah, Van Dijk, Ali, I think Jota's so integral to this team. There's so much an abundance of left forwards or left wingers in this Liverpool team that I think Gakpo, was a Salah done an interview pre the City game this week, and he described how it is massively different. He just alluded to Núñez. He loves playing with Núñez. He likes the ball over the top. He plays in front, the ball in front of him as well. And Gakpo, he said, Gakpo is very different to Núñez, of course. His skill set, he said, Cody likes the ball at his feet, back to front to goal, which is different. But it's just different. I think so many attackers, for me, are far too different, in all honesty. Because if you're going to play with Núñez, I think you need, say, a player like Diaz as well that has got an abundance of pace. But the service into Núñez needs to be better. But it's different when you've got Salah and Núñez in the team. I think if Salah's to retire in about 2-3 years, post that, I think you will see an even better Darwin Núñez. Because Salah does great for Núñez, as we know. But I don't know how you lads feel. There's an imbalance in certain games where, like in Gakpo, as you alluded to, he does frustrate me, and it frustrates probably a lot of us and himself as well. Even that chance at the back end of the game, lads, 5 minutes to go, just put your foot through it. There's being unselfish, then there's just taking the absolute piss in the penalty area. Just put your foot through it, mate.
So I asked you a question, right, Jack? Obviously, you mentioned about the likes of Jota. Obviously, look, we've missed Jota all, for the last few weeks. I don't know when his time scales back. I mean, there is rumours potentially after the national break he could be back in training. I don't know when he'll be back, but I'm hoping Jota will be back before the end of the season. We talk about them sort of players, and look, Jota will come back into this team. There's one other player in particular. Now, this is going to be very, what's the word? Controversial. Does Allison walk straight back into this team?
Yes.
Because Kelleher has been outstanding.
Yeah, he's been absolutely phenomenal, mate. Again today, I'd say both goalkeepers were amazing, and not Edson, by the way. Talking about Ortega coming on anyway. Played like Stegen.
Good goalkeeper. I like Ortega. Like,
Yeah.
he knows his position. The difference is, I think, with Ortega, he knows he's a number 2, and he knows he'll be called upon when he has to play.
So he's no,
but
he wants to leave. He wants first team football.
All right. So throughout the last few years, he knows he's number 2. So now he's in the same situation as Kelleher, because I'm sure Kelleher is going to be, look, I'm playing really well, and he's going to lose his place, in your opinion, to Allison, which, look, it will happen. But Kelleher's not going to just sit there and go, I'm happy to be number 2. He's going to want to go off and play football next year. And I was so worried when I see the Allison news. I was so worried, and Rick might have been worried. Conor, you might have been. We were all worried. Haaland was going to step up. De Bruyne, Foden, all these players are going to pop 2-3 goals past him. And you know what? In the games he's played, he's been absolutely superb. So it's just going to disrupt the whole team over the next few weeks when Allison comes back.
He's out the season.
Yeah, it's going to be Kelleher.
And he's out the season.
Yeah.
He will be ruled out the whole season. Allison, watch.
There's no rush though. Like we've done that so many times this season by rushing players back. Like there's no rush, but there's no reason to rush Allison back if he is going to be fit sometime this season. Like Kelleher is, well, he's up there being one of the best number 2s, probably in Europe at the minute with the way he's playing. But it just goes to show like what he can actually do with Liverpool's first choice defence in front of him instead of a Tuesday night in the League Cup against Leicester.
He's 25, Con. That's amazing. Kelleher. Like, that is so young in goalkeeper terms, though, lads. But would you send him out on loan and then we'll put over the buyback?
If he's going to go, we've got to send him.
Yeah, I think we'll have a buyback in
I don't think he'll come back on a buyback clause.
Talking about like the defense and the goalkeeper, can we just talk about what Van Dijk did to Haaland on that 1-on-1?
That
is elite level defending. Like any centre half, young centre half or Premier, that is elite level defending. Like
I know he got his shot off, but the shot wasn't a proper shot. Like there was no power behind it, and it was straight at the goalkeeper. Like, well, if Van Dijk said you go in this side, then this is where you're going.
Yeah, because Van Dijk allows him to go to that left-hand side and his stronger side, but at the same time, what Van Dijk
touches him, doesn't he?
It's not Haaland dictating it. It's Virgil van Dijk dictating what he wants Haaland to do. But that separates the strikers from the best defenders in the world.
Do you also not think as well, Van Dijk did that, told him you're going down this side and I'll back my goalkeeper to whatever you're going to shoot at him while I'm defending you. And then that just proves the trust they've got in Kelleher behind.
Yeah, that's a key point. He has put a lot of trust in his goalkeeper, which Van Dijk has done for a lot of years with Allison. So Van Dijk will always have that game. But the best thing about with what Van Dijk did with that moment was, yes, he's allowed Haaland to come on his left foot, but he stayed so close to him and so tight to him that he's not allowing Haaland to really try and get another touch away, open his body up, and then get a shot. He's basically saying to Haaland, you're going that way and you're shooting early because I ain't allowing you to get away from me and obviously getting a better chance at goal.
Like that is exactly what happened when they played Everton a couple of weeks ago, City. And when Haaland was running through and Braithwaite, whatever. Yeah.
I like him though. Whether he's got 80 million, but he is a good centre half.
He's a good centre half, but I think I'm hoping 80. Depends who he's as manager. If it's Pep, then sounds. But if it's Southgate, 20 quid. But I think I look at that position, lads, and everyone in chat. I'm hoping that is very pivotal. That moment there is similar to when we won the Champions League with Alisson against Napoli. You're looking at moments within games where Van Dijk stepping up to the world's best centre half by a country mile, and just that moment. I think even Guardiola mentioned in his post match as well. Both of them, him and Haaland, thrive off each other, playing each other. That is what we used to see when it was like Drogba versus Rio, with like Teddy versus bloody Rooney and all that.
Carragher.
Oh, yeah, that. Carragher would have been still in the dugout at that time if Haaland was running at him, lad. Oh, remember shades of Henry, and I remember when Drogba and Henry were running past Carragher. Oh, it's moments like that, boys. It's very special, and Quansah, it's rubbing off on him. Even Joe Gomez as well, lads. Again, I think very good, very very good. The fact that he switched to the right hand side as well, Gomez. But I'm just made up our centre half, especially Gomez as well. Staying fit, being Mr. Consistent for Liverpool.
Struggled in the first half though.
Yeah, it's City do that to everyone.
Carragher wanted him hooked off at half time, innit? Did you hear it?
Well, Gomez off at half time.
Carragher wanted him hooked at half time.
Let's be honest. If Carragher was there, he would have been off in 15 minutes, let alone half time.
Carragher wouldn't even got past the halfway line.
Carragher would have got the Lovren treatment at Tottenham's new stadium. When
You just got to show, when you're talking about players running down the wing, you just got to show that Henry clip again where he runs past both Carragher and Stefan Onshow.
Oh,
That was just disgusting. Eamon, hope you're well, mate. Before coming in, he said, I'm not going to be going in on the boys today. We done well considering. Yeah, I mean, look, we're going to talk about a few other things during the game. Like an adventure, thank you for your comment. I'd like to say I'm stunned we didn't get a second penalty, but I'm expecting it not to be given. We are going to talk about the penalty very, very shortly. Mark's for Edison injury would be a bad thing for them. Yeah, I think it will. I mean, look,
great rugby tackle, by the way, Marcus. Yeah. Great tackle.
I mean,
that's ridiculous. Like, and that's good play from Núñez. I think we mentioned Luke as well. But the intensity to get the ball, well,
it's definitely a yellow card because it's a hard one, but
he's played the ball.
He's tried. Look, Edison does try to play the ball, and the thing is, you have to give a yellow card at the end of the day. So it's if he's outside the penalty area, then it's a red card.
Could it? I'm going to do a fake. Yeah, could have killed him.
But the way he landed on the floor in the air, mate, I thought it was a backflip.
I'll tell you what, I'm not being funny. You say about that was a bad challenge. Did anyone see John McGinn's today?
Yeah.
Oh no, we haven't seen that.
That is Sunday League at its finest. Like fuck it, and all the crowd were like, "Yeah, go on, get in." What a challenge! All day long a red card. Honestly, if you see it, if anyone's got any sort of theory to why that's not a red card, please let me know, because that is the most blatant red card.
Someone put on Twitter it was only a trip. Are you having a laugh? My man Rugby kicked him.
The best thing was you doggy in it when obviously got back up and then he went down straight after.
He tried to get up and run after him and fell over.
Yeah. Keep us his place until he fecks up. So talking about Kelleher. Kelleher's awesome. Jem, yeah, no, he has done really well. Ozan Kabak, yes, he's played centre back. What a name. Con, I went for a run at the park and came back. I'm still fuming. Cheers, mate. Mark's put rest him for United, mate. Bring in Adrian. Bring in Adrian.
Adrian at Sparta. Against Sparta, mate.
Mate, do you know
when is that United game?
Sunday.
Not Sunday.
This weekend, yeah, or next weekend.
Oh,
so we play Sparta Prague on Thursday, second leg, and then the draw for the Europa League is on Friday, and then obviously the FA Cup quarter-final was on Sunday against United, and then it's international break. Then obviously our first game back, we are at home to Brighton.
31st of March.
So, and obviously Man City play Arsenal.
We surely play all the big guns on Sunday though, don't we?
Yeah. I don't think we've got a Saturday fixture coming up. Like, I don't think we've got any Saturday fixtures there for the rest of the season.
We have no more half 12s, I know that for a fact.
That's a shame. I mean, do you know, the only reason why I know there's no Saturday fixtures for the rest of the season is because whilst Kev was eating his prawn sandwiches, he did tell me obviously that there's no more. So Kev, hope you're watching, mate. Was he at the game today, by any chance? No, he wasn't.
Of course.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Is that the game?
Yeah.
I know he's probably still there, isn't he, in the hospitality bit, isn't he?
Yeah, eating the rest of the prawn sandwiches.
Yeah, guys, obviously make sure you drop a like on the stream. Obviously, Connor's also streaming live from his channel, so make sure you like on obviously both platforms, guys.
Leave a dislike as well on both of them.
I hear you so much.
Gary's still optimistic, saying Liverpool will still win it. We all are, Gary. Listen, at the end of the day, I got what I wanted. Don't lose the game. You know, Liverpool should have won, but we'll see the positives. Anfield Rods, well, mate, robbed again. Gomez was unbelievable. I thought first half he really struggled, but second half he was better. And obviously he had that shot, didn't he, in the second half?
Oh yeah,
everyone was. He's just so bad. He wants to score, doesn't he?
Like, he's come on leaps and bounds this season, to say the least. I think all of us going to this year, we were like, especially with Matip getting injured, could he stay fit? But I think surely he has to go for England. Lads. Like, if he doesn't get picked ahead of certain other centre backs for England, then Southgate should be getting sacked anyway.
The big thing you said there, then, Makindo, was he should get picked.
Like him and Stones today playing that inverted role. Stones was quality again today for City.
Lost the ball a few times though, John Stones.
Yeah, like, he's playing in that bit more advanced inverted six role. Like
I've never seen so many spaces when it comes to City when they lose the ball.
Yeah.
Like when they lose it high up, I'm expecting them to be hunting in packs, like the old Guardiola style. When they lose the ball in their third, I'm just seeing so many spaces around them. Like, what this ain't City. This ain't a Guardiola team, and like that's the thing. We didn't take advantage of that enough, So, Jen's put sod England. Stones is their weak link.
Oh, no chance.
I think Stones is probably England's best defender. In all honesty,
Probably Man City's best defender.
we got to talk about their goal. It's brilliant work from De Bruyne. It's a brilliant cross. It's a good finish from Stones, but I was really disappointed in our positional sense from that corner. For the great game that it is, obviously Jack will bring you in. From the great game that it is, they were 2 shit goals today.
yeah.
But do you know what? You have to give City a little bit of credit with their goal because, Ake does really well to make sure that McAllister's the wrong side. Gomez maybe in a wrong position, a sense where the ball comes past him. And then the end of it, Stones has got a free chance of goal. And, City, for their dominance, I would say for parts of the first half, they deserve to be in front.
And this is what we've got to identify for the next couple of weeks as well, though, lads. And chat, like, the camera panned to, like, the set piece coach or whoever it was for City. But that is, as you said, Sunday League defending, I'd say. But I've got a credit on my watch long as well. I was like, what a ball by Kevin De Bruyne. There's only one person, and possibly Trent as well, in the Premier League that can create that goal, in all honesty, at the front post. It was a corner taken quickly. I don't know how you lads feel about that goal, but I think it was just coarse.
Yeah,
sloppy, but you've got to appreciate
McAllister's got to be on the other side of Ake.
And I'm old-fashioned when it comes to set pieces. Put a centre half on the front post, mate. Like, that's clear your lines, but you put a McAllister who's 5'10", like on the front post, and it was a mismatch really. What about
Szoboszlai?
Where was he? He's probably on the half. Was he on the bench? Where was his defending? I don't know. Probably. I need to watch it back anyway. But
we should have got Harvey Elliott on the front post for his ball retention.
Oh yeah, you would have got that ball, controlled it, dribbled, and then assisted Nunes.
They've been creative.
Yeah.
The one thing I did see, look, at the end of the day, we've got to have a laugh about it. It was just some stupid Liverpool fans on social media asking for offside or a foul. Or like, no, how has that goal stood? It's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, that might have been me on my watch along, but I don't know.
Did you seriously call for like an offside or something for that? That was the same as Endo a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I don't know. Probably, yeah. I don't know.
Fucking hell. No, when I saw that, I was like...
Heat of the moment, anyway. I'd be calling for offside on a blatant goal, lad, anyway, so...
Billy Liddell. Is that the Liverpool commentator? I love that. He's fucking offside, mate.
It's a fucking disgrace.
Here he is, the main man. I've also never seen Pep so stressed out. Has anyone seen, obviously just going off subject a little bit, has anyone seen Lille open up a new training centre and they've named it after Eden Hazard? Has no one seen it?
Really? What, Mackey's FC?
Mate, the actual... thing that they've got, like the name and everything, it looks like a fucking graveyard. It looks like a fucking
tombstone.
Yeah.
Hazard is one of the most overrated players in the Premier League era.
He looks so fat in it though. Honestly,
it's like me after eating a Chinese on a Friday night.
Can't lie, the Chinese last night. Mark's brought taking Kevin De Bruyne off was a weird choice. What did you guys think of that when De Bruyne came off? Now, look, it nearly worked because Doku nearly got the winning goal, and obviously they did have one or two little half chances, but I felt I don't understand why you're taking off De Bruyne at that sort of game at that, that thing. But Rick, I mean, they brought Kovacic on. But I thought it was going to be for Rodri because he was on the yellow and because he was struggling in that second half. I just felt you're taking off the best playmaker in the league. I just didn't understand Pep Guardiola's logic there, taking off Kevin De Bruyne.
I think he did it because both teams didn't want to lose this game, couldn't afford to lose this game. City was under the cosh. And what was it, 20 minutes left? I just think he thought, let me shore the midfield up. We're losing the ball too much, which they were. They were giving away silly passes. We were intercepting a lot of things. So I think he put Kovacic on, and De Bruyne's had fitness issues in the part recently. So he probably took him off to protect him a little bit because the game was high pressure. It was intense. He's brought a defensive-minded Kovacic off, brought good at ball retention. Kovacic loves playing against Liverpool as well.
I like Kovacic.
So I thought he did that. Just listen, you can't say enough. De Bruyne was angry when I first seen Mo Salah angry going off and having words with the manager, but I didn't see no issue with it. I thought it was potentially a good thing if he wanted to hold on to the point that he had. But yeah, it weren't weird for me. I just thought it was tactical rather than anything else.
Do you think, Connor? Do you just think with Jurgen Klopp? Do you reckon like Pep Guardiola is going to be happy to see the back end of him? I mean,
100%.
One winning 9 at Anfield.
Yeah, again, Klopp's he's got the most wins over Guardiola, I think, of any other manager. I think the only one who has a positive record, I think, is Antonio Conte against Pep, which is mad in itself. But of course he is. Like, he will probably be thinking next season, okay, we'll have Arsenal to contend with for the title. Might even have us if we go strong next season. But he's probably thinking Arsenal will be the ones to mute McKenna. Nice.
I was just saying, Pep Linders and the boys next season. Yes,
the Pep Linders.
I was just going to say, Pep was like muted. He was just like, I don't know,
but no, it's but obviously City next season will think Arsenal are the main contenders to fight off. They deal with them. They go on and win the league again. But I don't know, and thinking on the De Bruyne stuff, I'm wondering whether or not if De Bruyne might actually leave City over the next. It's the hard to me, but I think De Bruyne might actually leave City in the next 12 to 18 to 1 or 2 years. I think he may leave because there's talks of Saudi. There's talks, I think, of I think there's even talks of Real Madrid's potentially even going to put a bid in for him, but I can't see him going anywhere else apart from City. But
no, we can have him if he wants.
I have Alonso get him, but I do think that the next, obviously, it's a big 12 months for us in terms of rotation, in terms of managerial and squad wise. I think for City over the next 12 to 2 years, it's going to be
12 to 2 years.
1 to 2 years, I'm going to say. It's going to be 12 years changed. We might have someone else better than 12 years. But no, I think that the next few years, it's going to be a huge change for Liverpool and City. So now, just obviously with us both fighting for take it in, even though I despise City. And I'd rather Arsenal win the league over City. But yeah, I hope that City fall off next season.
Do you know what it is with Arsenal? And obviously me and Ricky have heard it firsthand, obviously, for where we're from or whatever. It's just their fans. I don't look. Arsenal were a very good side, and obviously, they've got good attacking players. And you know what? They've been very good this year. They've been better this year than what they were last season. But it's just their fan base. They're so delusional. They really are. Like what they're going on at the top of the league now. The top of the league. All right, great. You're top of the league now. Great. The next time a Premier League fixture comes up, we play first. We're at home to Brighton. We'll beat them. Go and beat City. Because that draw will basically mean fuck all for you. If you don't beat City, because that's how I see it. Irrelevant of our result against Brighton, Arsenal have to go to Man City and win. If they don't beat Manchester City, do you still believe that they're going to be fighting all fronts? Because there are away games that they've got coming up. They've got to go to Brighton. They've got to go to Spurs. They've got to go to Old Trafford. They've got Aston Villa. They've got Aston Villa going to the Emirates, and they've got Chelsea going to the Emirates. Quick
question: do we think they beat Porto in the second round?
Do you know what I want? And I'm hoping it happens. I'm hoping they beat Porto, and I'm hoping in the quarterfinal of Champions League they draw City.
See, I think Porto's this Sporting this year. I think they massively underrate Porto.
No.
I think
No.
they'll beat. I think they'll
They're
beat.
gonna
Porto.
they'll put 5 past Porto. It won't
No,
shock
I
me
don't
if
think
they
they'll put
put
5
past them.
I think it's a bit disrespectful. I think Porto are probably better than what Sporting was last season.
I think
And Arsenal not thinking of them.
I think they'll beat Porto. I don't think it'll be a 5-0 demolition. I think with that goal that Porto have got, it gives them something different to work on.
Sit behind the ball, huh?
I mean, they can sit behind the ball and hit them on the break, and obviously you got to be brave to do that against Arsenal because they are going to free post score goals. But it gives them something that you can play off. If they'd have gone in 0-0, straight away you're like, yeah, Arsenal are going to bury them and all that, this and that. For me, that 1-0 advantage is key.
It's the mentality of Arsenal, though, isn't it, lads? I think this season, how many times have we seen that? Even that game, I think their own fans are as guilty as just writing off their own players. It's like us with this season. Thing is, even today, we knew and we all believed, we'd hoped and willed, but the data is there for itself. Like the amount of goals Liverpool get, I think anyone writing Liverpool off, even after half time, in our fan base needs to get their heads up because statistically, Liverpool are so good at finishing games. But the only people that will defeat Arsenal this season will be themselves. I think the mentality, I think everyone goes to, have they learned so much off the back of last season? I think we'll find out very soon. Like if they play against the Vales and even a City in the Champions League, and you never know, lads. Even them and City could get a couple of bad injuries. I'm not wishing upon them, but you never know. And you'll probably have the excuse of, oh, Arsenal, we're the only team that's got injuries. But, it's not like we've got half a team missing, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Mark put Villa just holding on to full spot. Yeah, obviously they got battered today by Spurs. Obviously the game in hand the Spurs have, but they are 2 points off. So it's in Spurs' hands, really, top 4. I mean, Man United's still in the top 4 race. Fucking hell. They can shove it up their Arsenal. Here he is. Seen some Arsenal saying they're regretting selling. Well, to be fair, you are, mate, in all honesty, at the moment.
I told you, Yusuf, have it, and I told all yous on the stream, he's a good player. Use him well in the right system.
He's not. I want to have that.
Yeah,
he's not good.
Give a player the right coaching and the right setup, you can develop anything.
Yeah,
he should have been sent off yesterday. That's a joke.
He should have had the second.
Yeah, I agree with that, but that's not Havertz's fault, is it?
He should have had the.
It is. He dived.
He should have had the second yellow. And look, we're not going to see any Arsenal fans come out and say, "Oh no, it was wrong in law." You know, at the end of the day, Liverpool got the drop ball. It was wrong in law.
Yeah, can we mention that as well? The fact that Arsenal didn't give the ball back.
Yeah. But it's not Liverpool, so it won't get mentioned.
Oh yeah, did they win that game?
Might have done.
They cheated, didn't they? Do you know what I mean? Cheated. Adam, if you're watching, mate, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Shame on you.
talking about cheating, are we going to talk about the?
We are going to talk about that. Yeah, we are. We are. Last couple of comments, and then we'll get into that. Some fans are very fickle. Here he is. Havertz has his purple patch. I will not be fooled. Listen, guy's a club legend for you, mate. Won a Champions League. Listen, right.
What are you scranning, lad?
Everyone, just sit back and relax. Ricky, go for it, lads. I'm ready. I've got me.
Before we go in, mate, honestly, what are you eating?
Some Greek yogurt. I don't know.
Greek yogurt.
No.
Who got you that? Stimicast. Because he sits on a bench quite a lot. He probably gets a lot like that.
Fucking lovely. Get me off full screen here. Fair enough if you were sponsored by this yogurt brand. But
enjoy your yogurt. Hold on, wait, just enjoy your yogurt.
You haven't put it in the front of the screen to sponsor us.
Right. Guys. Oh, it's that yogurt. That's the yogurt. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yogurt, lad. Sponsored
Tom's special, isn't it?
Yeah. Tom dropped it off in my house before.
I heard that was a Tory one. That one.
Where does he ship it off to get it delivered to you?
Mike Dean.
Right. Obviously, guys, very simple question. Obviously, right at the end of the game, there was a penalty shout for Liverpool. Rick, I'll come to you last. Jack, yes or no penalty or no penalty on McAllister at the end of the game?
I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'll say a blatant criminal He's just absolutely killed him in the penalty area, lad. Like that for me, as I agree with Carragher. Anywhere else on the football pitch, that is a foul. Everyone talks, and we've seen already in the Premier League this season, players have won the ball but still made contact, and there's been penalties. But it is what it is. Did I expect anything to be given for Liverpool at the back end of that game? No. The fact that when the ball's still in play, like, it does me head in when they don't kick it out straight away. They just let the play going. But it's a penalty. Did I expect it to be given? No. But
I think that's the thing as well. It's like, it is a penalty, but at the same time, it's like, are you expecting it? No.
Like, he should have referred at least the official to go and check it on the monitor. Then he can make his own assumption. Obviously, on the pitch, his own on the pitch decision was not to give a pen, and they've just agreed with the referee. But it just depends who you've got in that VAR control room, boys. And that's just me not being saying about Liverpool. For like even City, like any game that your team is playing or opposition, it just depends who's in the VAR control room, and even whoever the referee is in the middle as well. It's so varied, these rules. One week they apply, and then the other week they don't. Like this rule about kicking the ball away as well. Like some refs will book players for doing that, and some weekends they're not getting cards. It just make sense, please, Luke. You're a qualified official here, lad.
I mean, the VAR was Stuart Atwell. Not the greatest, in all honesty. I think, to be fair, look, I think with Michael Oliver, I think he had a decent game. I don't think he had a fantastic game. I think he managed the game really well. I mean, not one Liverpool player got a card. I mean, obviously, there's a couple of positives from today's game. Liverpool didn't have any cards, and we didn't have, looks like, any injuries. So that's obviously a positive. But it's the key moments, and as we say about with football, it's all about fine margins. It's all about key moments, and if decisions are right or wrong. And I get football's all about opinions. I get that people can be right or can be wrong. But Connor, I mean, for me, look, I understand that Doku is trying to pull away, but as Jack said, he does get the ball, but at the same time, he obviously then gets the man, and it's in a dangerous manner.
Am I the only one who doesn't think he gets the ball?
Well, I think he gets a connection to it.
For me, I think Maka hits it. I think he hits his chest, and then Doku just completely. Was it Xavi Alonso, and then De Jong in the World Cup? Like that's the only thing that's comparable.
It wasn't quite tackled like that, lad.
Howard Webb actually gave a foul.
Yeah, it's a great down from it, but still, it's still a penalty for Liverpool. And I don't expect anything from VAR these days, because every single rival fan goes, "Oh, Liverpool get the huge advantages from VAR." Seriously, go and look in the mirror and call yourself an idiot, because the amount of stuff that's gone against us this season, like the Tottenham decision, handballs against Arsenal, United tonight,
Chelsea.
Again, like, it's laughable at this stage, and it's not even, and it isn't even just the Liverpool side. I think the whole Premier League, like when we just talk about refereeing decisions, again, human error. Yeah, humans make mistakes. That's fair enough. But when you have loads of camera angles, you've got time to assess the situation. They don't make decisions good. They don't make the correct decisions. We're talking about the fact that decisions are not being done rather than VAR making the correct decision. Because I think if you ask, I think even if you ask normal fans, then apart from City and Liverpool, they'll say it's a penalty.
Yeah, the teams down the bottom, Con, you've got to feel sorry for them. Teams that probably will end up getting relegated off the back of these decisions.
Look at Wolves. Wolves have been destroyed this year by VAR.
Probably a European spot. Yeah, they could have got a European spot this season with all their decisions.
No, that one against Onana, we don't give those.
No. Well, twice against Onana with Wolves. But that's the thing. And people go, "Oh, well, then get rid of VAR." No, it's not VAR's the problem. It's the people that's using it. Get rid of them. Get rid of the 50-year-olds that are just sat there, like as Ricky said earlier, probably playing on their friggin' Nintendo 64 for some reason.
Don't hate on the international superstar soccer game, Rick.
Nah, it's that muppet in the commentary though.
Read this up front.
Why is that fraud in the commentary box?
Because they pay him. That's why.
What to just say? Yeah, that's not a pen. Like, what world do we live in now where we've got referees in the fucking commentary box? What are we doing?
According to Eamon, Jack, you could have had Mr. Glorious Isolation himself when Steve McManaman saying no penalty.
You wouldn't think McManaman was from Bootle. Jesus Christ. If he sees a Real Madrid shirt, he's like, oh.
Do you know what the worst thing was, right? One is assault. Two.
All right, Ferguson, calm down.
Two, Mike Dean said it's a penalty. If we send the referee to the monitor, it will be given. It then said VAR check over. He then said no penalty. Yes, I agree. Idiot. Two, how can these people be any good at their job when they've got a new referee who come to the Premier League, made his debut yesterday, signing fucking autographs at half time in a game? Signing autograph. One, who the fuck is asking a referee for an autograph?
It's all right. Luke got a picture with one.
Yeah. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Michael Oliver is a Man City fan. It's the third decision he has got wrong for us this season. Massive decision. The one against Arsenal with the handball, embarrassing decision. The one today against Man City. And I'm sure he was the referee when Cody Gakpo got stamped in the chest against Tyrone Mings at Villa. I'm sure that he was the referee in that game as well. I mean, all I'm seeing from rival fans is Liverpool. I mean, I put something in the WhatsApp group last weekend. We are the second worst team when it comes to VAR decisions. So we're being robbed there. We get the penalty against Arsenal. We go on to win that game. The Tottenham game is... We could lose the league by these three dodgy decisions. I mean, who in their right mind don't think that was a penalty today? Probably Arsenal fans, because they're fucking deluded. Like they're celebrating like they've won the league because they're 4 goals clear at the top on goal difference. You fucking idiots.
Rick, unfortunately, the Villa game, it was Simon.
Was he on VAR?
I don't know.
Probably.
Probably.
We just need Klopp in one of these post-match press conferences.
He did. He said today. What was VAR eating for lunch?
Yeah, see.
No, the best one was with Mike Dean. It was like, you hired
fucking Kevin's prawn sandwiches. That's what they were fucking eating.
No, the best one was with Klopp when he said, like, "Oh, you hired Mike Dean. Great," and he just took the neck out of it. Like,
so Sky have hired a guy that said that he never gave a decision because he didn't want to embarrass his mate Anthony Taylor. So Sky are employing these people to give their views on referee decisions.
It's so good.
By the way, Jack, is my thing from Bootle?
No, he's from the Whittle. He's from the Whittle. He's a wool. A non-scouser, a wool. So it sounds like all you three. He's a bad wolves.
You're from Birkenhead,
I thought of that.
Me?
You're from Birkenhead.
Are you mad?
Or Runcorn, innit?
Runcorn.
I sound like I'm from Runcorn, you sausage. That's bad Birkenhead behaviour, that one.
Usually, if that was Anthony Taylor, I would have fueled my agenda. Shame it wasn't him. Fucking hell. Red Machines, but we should have been 10 points better off. Luton game wasted chances. City today, Spurs away, Brighton away as well. And obviously Arsenal at home should have had a penalty. Yep. We need ex-players as referees now. Yes and no on that. In all honesty, you want potential ex-players, but you want the right ex-player. You don't want Jamie O'Hara in there.
No, but
you don't want Jamie Genius in there.
Yeah, like I guarantee you someone like
did you say Jamie Oliver?
I mean, Michael Oliver ain't took a 2-footed tackle to the kneecap. So we don't know what a red card is.
Jamie Oliver, tell you what, Jamie Oliver will be in the VAR room eating fucking Jack's Greek yogurt.
Shove his chicken nuggets up his ass.
No, but the thing is, like, when you listen to VAR in like rugby, for example, like it sounds so clear, like what they're looking for and like and what the problem is. You listen to football VAR, and they have no clue what on earth they're doing.
Your process,
we don't give those.
So the worst was when we played Tottenham and they haven't, like Sky were like, oh yeah, we haven't got the pictures. Fuck yeah.
Can I just
like,
say, right?
like he's
I
like, he
just
didn't show
say-
any replays.
Do you know? So when I went to the Howard Webb thing on Thursday, right? Obviously we got to hear the audio tape again and everything, but what we actually got to see, which has actually not been released, we got to see inside the VAR room. We got to see inside the VAR room at the time with Darren England and the responses from the other referees.
The audio adjust these.
No, to be fair, they got it spot on. He looked absolutely devastated. He was nearly in tears. But
Do you know
also,
what?
and also,
You've been brainwashed.
yeah, no, at
Nearly
the end of the day, that's
in
how
my
I'm thinking.
ass.
I've been brainwashed. And then obviously, they showed the full-time whistle. Obviously, when Matip scored the own goal, and obviously they showed
Like
like
celebrating.
he sort of looked down at the same time as well, and he was like that, and he probably sort of smiling in his eyes at the same time, sort of thing.
You do know this can be edited after, Luke.
Yeah, no, I know. Of course, I know that. I'm not saying, but obviously they used it. It looked very much in sync with the audio tape as well with the video recording. So probably cost a lot of money. But yeah, no,
Just a quick one. Jamie Carragher has called that Doku on McAllister a 50-50.
Can we just get rid of everyone at Sky? They're shite.
Manuel, hope you're well, mate. He's put evening chaps robbed again, right? But guess what? We will still win the title regardless of all the cheating from the 115 charges. Tin pot, plastic, and shitty, man. Penalty like the one on Nigel de Jong, Xabi Alonso, kick to the chest in the World Cup 2010. Oliver supports Newcastle, but he hates Liverpool.
You'd be surprised, Manuel, the amount of Newcastle fans that I used to like Newcastle. I've got a load of Geordie mates. A lot of respect for the Geordies, but some of the Newcastle fans in their fan base.
I like this comment.
Since you've got a bit of dough, they've changed.
Graham's coming. Jamie's sold his soul.
Yes.
To be fair, that's my thought. That's my opinion. When I saw Luke with Howard Webb, I thought, you're supposed to not join them.
It's that Star Wars, isn't it?
Did you mention the Ryan Babel tweet, lad?
Yeah, no, we loved it. I said
he's
to
a
him,
United supporter.
No, he admitted he's a Man United fan. Like he basically we asked him. We said like, when Ryan Babel put that thing up on Twitter, obviously, what was your reaction? And obviously, he said at the time it was funny. He said, but obviously throughout the rest of his performances, he said like it kind of can affect you in terms of like when you're going to different games, and obviously especially when you got United again, straight away players are going to think that obviously you're siding with them. So I kind of get it from a referee's point of view.
Did he say he was?
Yeah, no, he said he was affected by it.
Lad, he destroyed my fucking childhood, that ball fraud.
I think he destroyed all our childhoods.
Right, no, and what's worse is him and Michael Owen. They've got their own dedicated show.
He said he hates that program.
Does he? Not surprised, being presented by Michael Owen, the fraud.
What was it? To win the game, you need to score.
Michael Owen once said, it's Stoke Man City, and he said, when they don't score, they hardly ever win. And then you got people like Jamie Redknapp before that said, Peter Schmeichel's a father figure to Kasper Schmeichel. He also said Real Madrid and Barcelona are not in the same league. Well, yes, they are.
I wonder, right, if you went through like every single pundit's like sayings, like how much of it is actual good through all the years.
At least that dinosaur's not getting employed no more.
What could we possibly do to be so fucking hated? We can't help being the best. We are built differently, full love and looking at support as well. But look, I mean, look, we're all agreeing. Obviously, we all know it's a penalty. As we said, we've got the Europa League game coming up. We've got the FA Cup quarter final to look forward to, and obviously the international break. Yes, we're sitting second on the table, but again, before we play another Premier League game, we have that opportunity to regain top spot before City play Arsenal. So, guys, I'm just going to ask you one simple question. After that performance, after that result today, Rick, I'll start with you. Are we going to win the title this season?
Yeah, all day long.
Chat.
Hang on, Ricky. Didn't you have a seventh?
Yeah,
I'll have eighth. I'll say yeah.
Just think your Greek yogurt, will you?
Connor, are we going to win the league or not?
No. Yeah, I'm joking. Yeah, 100%.
I think we are, but I think it depends on.
Arsenal finish third.
It's going to be tight, though, isn't it?
I think obviously that I've got this part of it where don't lose. I think it depends on, yes, we have to beat Brighton and then I hope that game's a draw between City and Arsenal. And I'm hoping we have to, for me, if we beat United at Old Trafford, because look, the next two home games, Brighton at home, then Sheffield United at home, I think we win both games. If we beat United at Old Trafford, then yeah, I will say we're going to win the league. At the moment, I'm still a bit unsure.
I think Arsenal finish miles apart from us and City. I think it'll beat us and City again right until the last day, and Arsenal will just disappear from it.
Yeah, I'm still thinking the next three games are crucial. If we beat United, Sheffield United, and Brighton, then yeah, I think we will.
Thing is, you brought it up well, Ricky, before we come on air, is that if City beat Arsenal, we're still a point ahead anyway, as long as we win, keep on winning, is it?
So we're level points with Arsenal now, and we're obviously 1 point above City.
Yeah. Just the goal difference is massive. Like
yeah.
we need to batter Sheffield at home.
Their goal difference is only massive because they played a part-time football team in Sheffield United,
and obviously they got a good result against West Ham.
Yeah, and they played a shocking West Ham team on
the thing is, though, with our next three home games, Brighton, Sheffield United, Crystal Palace.
Then Crystal Palace and Sheffield United, we need to put some goals past.
I think Brighton we can get 2 or 3 at least. I think Brighton look weak defensively.
Oh no, Jet's going to be sitting on the ropes in that game. He's manager and all, isn't it?
I swear to God, if De Zerbi gets something from this game, you are getting it, lad. You are getting it.
Lad, he's won 3 in 28.
Lad.
What, that result against Roma as well, that was fucking
Brighton and
embarrassing.
Liverpool's kryptonite in this Premier League over the last couple of years, mate. Doesn't matter how bad they play. We are their Champions League final. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's wrap it there, guys. We've been on for over an hour. Let's get back on COD for a little bit before we all go to bed. But guys, obviously make sure you obviously
That's bedtime.
Yeah. No, Jack's about to box the PlayStation. It's a distraction.
Shadow box. Yeah.
Guys, obviously make sure you hit that like button, of course, share and subscribe to all of our channels, obviously the 892 Reds TV, the Cop Council and Anfield Road TV, respectively. But Liverpool, of course, they do lose top spot, but they do stay above Manchester City in the title race with 10 league games to go. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very tight race coming up to the end of the season. But myself and Rick, we're going to be live this week. We've got our second leg preview with Sparta Prague. Obviously, we've got our FA Cup match preview in Manchester United during the end of the week, and we'll have a few other shows coming up. So, guys, as I said, obviously, thank you, Mark. He's going to put all the links in the comments for all 3 of our channels. So if you haven't, make sure you subscribe and obviously like the video as you leave.
On that one, yeah, I'm sorry there, like, that's Jamie Carragher, that one there. And that one is Jota and Darwizi, I think last season.
With that one with Jamie Carragher, did he sell his soul when he sold that to you?
Probably getting minced by Henry in that game.
Thank you, Manuel. Thanks for your comments, mate. Obviously, have a nice rest of your evening, you too, as well, mate. But until then, guys, obviously, we've been the 892 Reds TV, Liverpool ending today with a point, but you'll never walk alone. Stay safe, and we'll see you very, very soon for our next show.